Hi friends, we are working on our fact families today. So remember, the fact family is where you have, for multiplication and division, you're going to have multiplication, something times something equals something. You're going to do that, and then you're going to do the turnaround fact, and then you're going to do division, which we take the total number of objects, so the biggest number divided by our smaller numbers to get the quotient, and we're going to do the related fact of that. So I'm going to do the first one, and then as a model, and then you're going to try a couple, and then I'll do one more with you. So we know our multiplication facts for all of these. So I'm going to pick, I'm doing this one, I'm going to pick my 4 and 6. We need those to be the factors because that's what we're working with. We have 4, 6, and 24. Okay, 24 is our big number. So we know that 4 times 6, count those 24 kicks. 4 times 6, count those 24 kicks. And because of the commutative property, we can do the turnaround fact. We can do the turnaround fact, so we know that 6 times 4 is also equal to 24. Now, so we've got our two multiplication facts, and now we need to do the division. It's not possible for us to do 4 divided by 6. That's not equal to 24. So we have to put our biggest number first in the dividend spot. So 24 divided by 4 is equal to 6. And 24 divided by 6 is equal to what? 4. Because of these are all in the same fact family. Now you can solve all of these. You could do circles and dots for all of these. But we know, if given the fact family, we can use what we know from multiplication and division and their relationship to solve the problems. Now, if you have not done 5, 9, and 45, I want you to do that now. 5, 9, and 45. I want you to push pause and do that now. And that'll be our checkpoint. So you can come ask us if you have questions. That's going to be our checkpoint. Now, let's talk about this one. 6 times, we have 6, 8, and 48. So 6, 8, and 48. So 6 and 8, 6 times 8, fishing bait, count slimy worms, all 48. Okay, 6 times 8, fishing bait, count slimy worms, all 48. And then we can just do the turnaround fact of that, which is what? 8 times 6 is equal to 48. Cool, we like that. So for the division facts, we know that we're just going to kind of go in reverse. We can go 48 divided by 6, since that's next. And we know that 48 divided into 6 equal groups is going to be equal to 8 because of our fact family. And the same with the related fact, 48 divided by 8 is equal to 6. Okay. Now I want you to pause and do the one for 7, 9, and 63. Think about your 9's finger trick, and this should be pretty easy. You all can do this one on your own. So I want you to try this one on your own. Once you get that, you're going to go on to the next page. Properties of multiplication. The directions say use the properties of multiplication to find the product for each. So remember, the commutative property, we kind of talked about that. All you have to do is just flip the factors. We're going to flip the factors. So 9 times 4 is equal to 4 times 9, and that is equal to what? I'm going to use my finger trick. 9 times 4 is equal to 36. Okay, let's do the next one. 8 times 5, we're going to reverse, flip the factors. It's equal to 5 times 8. And we can skip count by fives, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Skip count by 5 8 times to get 40. Now, I want you all to practice the last 3 on your own if you have not done them already. Push pause and then do those, and then you can come back and check. Moving on to the associative property. So the associative property, you have 3 factors, and all that you do is you just move the parentheses. These things right here that I'm highlighting over are called parentheses. All you do with the associative property is you move them around. So here we have 6, 2, and 3. So here all they did was just move the parentheses. So that you can just do 6, 2, and 3. So if we're doing multiplication, we know that we're going to do 6 times whatever 2 times 3 is equal to. So 2 times 3, 2, 4, 6 is equal to 6. And we know 6 times 6 is equal to 36 lollipop licks. Let's see if it works for this one. 6 times 2 is 12. And then we go 12 times 3. I'm going to do 12 plus 12 plus 12. 2, 4, 6, 36. I can also do my 12's trick. 12 times 3. You do 3 times 11, which is what? 33. And then you add 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Whatever strategy works best for you. We get the same product. 36 here, 36 here. It worked. So that's good. Now, I want you all to push pause and try this one on your own. 6 times 2 times 5. Once you try it, push play again, and then I'll talk you through it. Okay, so now that we've practiced, we know that all that happens, the numbers stay the same, they stay in the same order, we're just moving the parentheses around. So we're going to do 6 times 2 times 5. You practice the numbers in the parentheses first. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 5 is what? Let's do our 12's trick. 12 times 5. 5 times 11 is 55. We're going to write that over top. And then we're going to add 5 more. So that's 60. So let's check and see if this works. We're going to have 6 times 10. We know that 6 times 10 is 60. So it works. Now, you all are going to do this one on your own as a checkpoint. Do that one on your own. Push play when you're ready to go again. The last one is the distributive property, using the distributive property to find the product. So, friends, remember on this one, the first number usually always stays the same. So this 8 stays the same, and then we're just going to decompose 7 into 2 easier numbers that we like to multiply. So what are easy numbers that we like to multiply? We like, well, 2s, 5s, and 10s are good. We can't break up a 7 into a 10 because it's not even 10. But I like the idea of a 5. So what if we break this up, a 7, into decompose it into 5 and 2? We can do 8 times 5 plus 8 times 2, because 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So 8 times 5 is 40. That's a good number. We like that. And then we're going to add that to 8 plus 2, which is 16. So then we can do 40 plus 16. It's going to be 56. And we can also check our work because we know 7 times 8, golly gee, $56, all for me. We can use our rhymes and times and check, and we can see that that works. For this next one, leave the 9s. Leave the 9s the same. Decompose this 7. I would do the same thing again. We like 5s and 2s. 9 times 5, 9 times 2, and you all can do the work to solve that. You just have to multiply 9 times 5, get the answer, plus 9 times 2, and then add them together. And I want you all to do this one on your own as a checkpoint. Break it up into easy numbers. We wanted to do things that are easy for us. Okay? Moving on to the next one. Understanding division. So the directions say use an unknown factor problem to find the quotient. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. So I'm going to zoom in here. So 42 divided by 6 is equal to something. So we've got to figure out 6 times what? 6 times what is equal to 42? Okay, let's think about this. We can make 6 circles. We can do that. And we can put tallies in them until we get to 42. That's a strategy. We can think about our rhymes and times. 6 times something, rings for you, put them on all 42. So what rhyme has 42 in it, and a 6 and a 7? So 6 times 7, rings for you, put them on all 42. So here I'm going to erase my question mark. I'm going to bring back my 7. Okay, so that's how we can relate the division to multiplication. So 54 divided by 9. 54 divided by 9. Ooh, that's a 9's trick. So you can do your finger trick and test all the factors out until you get to find the answer that equals 54. So 9 times what is equal to 54? If you need to, draw 9 circles and then put a dot in each one until you get to 54. That's a thought, but I'm going to use my finger trick, and I'm going to try 9 times 1. No, 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2, 18. That's not it. 9 times 3, 27. That's not it. 9 times 4, 36. I'm looking at my fingers right now. 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 6, 54. I see 54 right here, so I'm going to know that 9 times 6 is equal to 54. Got a couple more. I want you all to do the same thing with this one. And I want you all to practice the same thing with 5s. 9s and 5s should be pretty easy for us. So 9 times what is equal to 72? 5 times what is equal to 35? You all need to figure that out. 64 divided by 8. So 8 times something. What is my rhyme and time for 64? Pick them up, all 64. 8 times 8. Clips fell on the floor. Pick them up, all 64. So 64 divided by 8 is equal to 8. So I want you all to practice this if you don't have it already. And here's where you're going to check your fluency really quickly on this. I'm going to write the answers, but you need to have guesses or have tried already and shown your work. But you all can check it here. All right, friends, you need to say your rhymes and times for each of these problems. Okay, there's a multiplication problem. Even if it's a division, you can use the multiplication to help you. You need to say all of these while you're practicing them. All right, see ya at the next checkpoint.